So far we have covered the handling of the success fetch of the particular coordinates, and we've also covered the handling of errors. Now what I want to do is create an options object, which is then going to give us some fine-tuning capabilities. Now this options object is accepted as the third argument. You can see here that we have this options, which is made up of our position options. So that's our signature for the function complete. Now the options that we have are to be able to specify a custom timeout. So perhaps you're building an application that uses geolocation, and then we want to have a more fine-grained control over when we want to throw a timeout error, because remember, we have a timeout error down here. So this is done by adding a simple timeout property. And it could be that we want to set this to perhaps 1 second. We also have a maximum age property, where the default is in fact 0, but we could in fact specify 1000 if we'd like. This maximum age is essentially how long we want to cache the position. If it is set to 0, it will not cache the position, and we must try and attempt to retrieve the real current position. So we could in fact set this to quite a large number and then cache that position for a long period. Now, one of the options that I'm most interested in is this enable high accuracy. Now, by default, this is false. So what I'm going to do is set it to true in a moment. But before we do that, what we're going to do is ask for the accuracy property from our coordinates. So we'll do that, save this out. Now we need to toggle back our location to our allow, give it a refresh, and you can see that we have our latitude and our longitude and this accuracy. Now the accuracy is done in meters, so to 1000 meters, this is going to be accurate, which isn't that accurate, and that might be because I am in fact on a desktop. If we were using a mobile device with GPS, this is probably going to be far more accurate. Now when we enable this high accuracy, it will actually keep trying to fetch a more accurate result. So we have this 997, and if a better result then becomes available, it's then going to give it to us. But this is probably most best used when we want to watch the user's position. It might be that we want to request it again by using get current position at a later date. And when we come to use our watching the current position, so for example, I'm sure you've typed in a Google Map before and walked around the street while trying to find a particular address, and you're watching the map as you are walking. And that's the kind of functionality that you could build with this knowledge of watching a current position, which we'll cover in the next video. So these are just a few options. We have a custom timeout. If we were to set this to perhaps 1 millisecond, this is going to be a really short period of time. If we leave it at perhaps 1000, this then gives us 1 whole second. We can then set a maximum age if you'd like to, and these are the only options at present that we can pass into this get current position. So that's it for this lesson. It's quick and easy, but now you have the knowledge to go and customize any geolocation requests. So let's move on to the next video, which is far more interesting on watching and also clearing our geolocation watching.